Hello and welcome to Plentiful. This is a god game of a different sort, and you're going to see exactly what I'm talking about. This is much more of a, shall we say, growth and cultivation sim, where you have to guide your people into places where they can shall we say, prosper as much as you possibly can. It's a bit difficult for me to explain it, so I'm going to show you the game, and then you'll get to see an idea of what actually is all about here. Anyway, there's a link in the description if you want to check it out. There is a demo available as well, so you can actually check that out right away. And we're going to start a new game here. So as you can see, I've actually been playing quite a few of the levels, and you can play these unlimitedly if you so desire. You don't have to stop playing, but there is an objective in each one. So we're just going to start in Snake Pit. The initial tutorial shows you the shall we say, basic mechanics, and you can see here, your people are hungry. Build a path for them to get to these mushrooms, and there are some mushrooms over there. So how do I build a path? Well, it's easy. You see these little you see these little numbers up in the top right there? Those are your actions. So every single time you move a block, that costs a couple of actions. So you need to make sure that you obviously have enough. And to get that, it obviously increases over time. So what we're going to do is we're just going to extend that, and then they can jump over those things if they need to. They can jump over single tile gaps, and indeed, as you can see, they are now there. Absolutely fine. And we can actually just do a little bit of an extra little thing here to help them out, and there we have it. Nice little staircase for them, and they're going to be able to progress relatively easily. Now, there's also a massive snake right there. There are predators that you're going to have to try to avoid with your people. You cannot control them, by the way. You can't control these people at all. There is a small guidance system, so it is very possible for you to make it so that they, you know, kind of move around as a result of the guidance system, quote unquote, but you cannot directly control them. Anyway, it says here, get your people to these trees. There are snakes. Avoid the ground level. And that's exactly what we're going to do. So, as you see here, let's just try and build a little bit of a path. We don't really want to get them absolutely 100% murdered yet, do we? No. No, we want to fail to get them food. That's obviously the main reason why we want them to die, because that's usually what I do in these survival-ish kind of games. I always fail to get them food for some reason. I don't know why, but yeah. Anyway, this is very, very cool in my opinion. You're going to see exactly what I'm talking about as well in the next level, because there is water simulation. And by water simulation, I mean you literally can create and revive oases. So you can just literally do that if you want to, which is really quite fantastic. Very, very cool. And as you can see, there you go. There's a nice little bridge for our people there, and they can make their way across. And what we're going to do is we're just going to continue doing that. We're just going to make sure that they don't get absolutely murdered by the snake. And I'm just going to make sure that this is all fine. And there we have it. And oh yeah, by the way, water. Also, you see these dark brown tiles right here? These dark brown tiles, they are wet. That is actually wet dirt in comparison to this light tile. This is basically the same exact tile. It's just wet, you see? That's the difference. So, for example, if I were to put this over here, you'll see that this will actually I shouldn't have put it there. I should have put it up here, to be honest, because now it's unselectable. My bad. Well, whatever the case, you saw exactly what happened. It turned a different color because obviously it got wet. So yeah, that's what happens. Anyway, so my people are now over there. So obviously what we're going to do is we're going to build a nice little bridge for them, because we want them to go down where the trees are. And there you go. Look at that. Nice and easy. They're just going to go down there where the trees are, and this is another little bit of a tutorial that tells us about how to procreate. Shelters improve health and are needed for babies. So as you can see right here, this particular villager is going in there and is going to do the business and just, you know, do a little bit of meiosis or whatever it's called, you know. And then they're going to create a little child there, and they're obviously going to be walking around and doing whatever it is they do, which is mostly to eat fruit and to have children and to, you know, run around and do all that stuff. There is a menu up here. As you can see, this breadcrumb, that is the luring guiding system, which is what I talked about earlier. And to build a shelter, we just want to move 3 of these blocks away from here. And there you go. There's the shelter. And that's it. There's the victory for us right there. Otherwise, what we could do is we could just click start a new game. And you can see here, then we can go and start the Oasis level. And this is what I was actually having a huge amount of fun on. Every single level has been extremely unique so far. And as you can see here, when rainwater hits the ground, it travels down mountainsides. Once it can't flow further down, it will join a lake or start a new one. And these little ghostly things, that's just a guidance of where the water is going to go. There are many lakes at different elevations here. And what we're going to do is we're going to try to revive this oasis right here. These fruit trees look like they could use some water. Indeed, they could. As you can see, they're very, very dry right now. And there's a lot of grass in the area too. Block water from flowing out of the tree area. And as you can see, look, there it is. This is exactly what we want to do. So this is where we're going to be placing a couple of things here. And we can probably do a little bit of something here. And maybe we can do... I kind of want to make it so that... Oh, never mind. By breaking these dams, you can divert water to your trees. Exactly, that's what we're going to try to do. So what I'm going to do also is I'm just going to move these things around a little bit more because I want to try to create a little pathway here as well. And there's also going to be something here too. So it would probably be useful for me to do this. And we're going to block off this area as well. As you can see, there is a small pathway there, but we're just going to block that off a little bit. Because we don't want that running away from us. And we could potentially... Okay, let's try to get this over here. I don't know whether this is actually going to work, but we'll try it. As you can see, we're getting some water to go this way, but this is obviously not very useful, unfortunately. We can move this, though. There we go. We've broken the dam of this one, and as you can see, the water is now going to be flowing down this way. And I'm not sure if this is really going to work out too well for me, particularly because we do have a bit of an issue there. There's not that many, there's not that much flow, as it were, because obviously it is downhill, right? It is downhill. So anyway, to complete the level, raise a tribe of 4 people. Don't forget to build a shelter. So let's do that immediately. So the shelter is here. There we go. There's one shelter. And then we can build another one, probably... let's build another one around about here. And there we go. And then we could build another one around about here. It doesn't really matter, I don't think, how many shelters we build, but I'm going to try to build at least 3 or 4. Maybe we'll build 4. And there we go. Okay, so there's a lot of nice little shelters there for our people. And now what we could do is we can look at this massive menu. So I'm going to get a bunch of rabbits. Going to get quite a few rabbits. Let's get a human as well. As you can see, I just plop a human down there. And what we're going to do is I'm going to actually get some carrots. So carrots are going to get grown over here. Did you see what I did just there? I just want to highlight this as well. I removed a block, right? I removed a block. So for example, I removed a block right there. And then what I did was I placed the thing that I wanted to have grown underneath the central section. And you could see here, this is exactly why I did that, because you can now see that the vegetable is now growing. And if you place certain things underneath blocks, then your humans are not going to randomly eat them, because they will do that. They will randomly eat a load of stuff because they are just infinitely hungry over and over again. So yes, it is kind of important to do it that way. Thankfully, we don't have to deal with any predators as far as I'm aware on this level. So we don't really need to worry about that. However, as you could quite clearly tell, we're now out of water once again. And so it's probably going to be pretty useful for me to do something like... it's not going to work. I'm thinking something like this is probably going to be pretty good. So let me just do that like so. I'm just going to try to make sure that we have a decent-ish guide. That's all I want to do. Just a nice little guide where my water can flow. And then it's going to go all the way down here. Then we're going to just remove these blocks. There we go. Ah, yeah, that's not exactly what I was talking about, but it's okay, I guess. It's fine, it's fine. At least it's now raining, so that's kind of nice at least, right? Yeah, I think that's fine. And as you can see, we've got some trees cropping up here with all of its wonderful fruit, because you obviously are going to be able to get that. You're going to get fruit consistently dependent on what kind of season it is of the year. So for example, it's summer now, so I think oranges grow in summer. Yes, as you can see, orange trees bear fruit in summer. And you can also get a load of ducks. You can get ducks too, and you can get duckweed, and you could actually place that down right about here if you want to. For me personally, I don't think ducks are that good in comparison to to rabbits. I think rabbits are really, really fantastic, and probably some of the best that you can make, because rabbits just breed like no one's business, just like they, you might expect that they do. And yeah, they seem to be almost unlimitedly at this point, cropping up all over the place, which is really making a huge difference. It really does. It really does make a huge difference. Okay, so I'll go for another eggplant. Let's get another eggplant right there, and we can do that round about here too. And let's get another one of those, and we can even get another one if we want to. But you can see here every single little bit of these resources, these foodstuffs, vegetables, grass, duckweed, basically anything requires moves, right? Which is this little counter in the top right there, and that is literally your lifeline. So if you don't have, if you don't have any of that, you're going to be a little bit stuck. You're going to be a little bit stuck. So it's probably worthwhile to be a bit careful with it, but most of the time you should be fine. It just very much depends on, what you decide to do with it. For me personally, I don't really think you have to worry too much. I'm gonna just move this around about here. There we go. Just gonna move that like so. And there we have it. Okay, not too bad. I just kind of want to move that around about there, just so that we make sure that the water is all going down into this area here, because this is pretty important. This is pretty important for us. Okay, I'm just going to put that there as well, just to make sure. Alright, so we got some ducks, we got some eggplant, and we have some children over there as well. And what we can now do is we could speed things up. And that's what I'm going to do. I am literally just going to speed things up. And yeah, I'm going to get some pumpkins. I think pumpkins could be quite fun. So let's get some pumpkins. Let's just, make sure that they don't eat that immediately, because they will run for it, as you could quite clearly tell. They literally run for it like no one's business. It's actually quite insane how fast they go for the new foodstuffs. But now it's winter, so we're going to have a bit of a problem here, aren't we? Yes, we're going to have a bit of a problem, because look at it. It's now snowing, and look at how massive this map is, by the way. The map is absolutely huge, sprawling, and very, very cool. As I say, you can literally manipulate this however you so desire. As you can see, we did get another child now, so we only need to get one more, and then we are fine. But yeah, you see exactly what I'm talking about. Look at this insanely huge map. Look at this. Every little bit of the landmass you can manipulate in any way you want. Like, for example, if I go over here and I want to move this tile over there, boom, I did that immediately. Look at that. I could just do that. That's what I'm talking about. That's why very much God game, as I say. Like, you are literally taking care of a handful of basic humans, pretty much, and it is up to you whether they live or not. Oh yeah, by the way, I should really highlight this as well. You see these bars right here? You see these bars? The yellow, the green, and the sort of like orange reddish bar. That bar indicates their hunger for certain types of food, and the blue bar indicates their overall health. If the blue bar reaches 0, they're dead. They die. But if everything else is, low-ish, it doesn't really matter too much, but you'll see exactly what happens when he eats this orange in just a moment. As you can see, the yellow bar increased. Yellow is, I believe, fruit, green is vegetable, and the orange bar is meat. So if you are doing a good job, all of these should be full-ish. As you can see, they're not actually eating any of the rabbits for some reason. Did they eat all of the rabbits? Oh. Yes. They seem to have eaten all the rabbits. My bad, my bad. Okay, well, it's okay, because we could just get some more grass right here. I'm just going to randomly place the grass in all over the place, because I think the grass actually does... I think it does spread. I could be wrong about that, but I think it does spread. And we can get some ducks, rabbits, and so on and so forth. Just get a whole bunch of rabbits, because we've got a load of resources right here as well. And as you can see, we have literally 5 humans, which is really nice. I mean, I think that's pretty cool, right? I think that's pretty cool. And what we can do is we could build another shelter if we want to. So there's another shelter right there. And they will obviously be going in there if they need to. And we can even build another one over here if we want to as well. And the cool thing about this game is that they literally will just do whatever it is they need to do. You have very little control over what the humans are going to go for and what they're going to, deem as necessary. But that's exactly what I really enjoy about this kind of game. I love that kind of experience because it just kind of gives you that overall God kind of feeling, that God game feeling, where you don't really have a huge amount of direct control, but you have a massive amount of control when it comes to the environment and manipulating it to however you really want to. And in this case, it is all about assisting your people and making them as prosperous as they possibly can be, which I think really makes a huge difference to the overall enjoyment of the game. I really, really like this game. I think it's absolutely fantastic. The creator has done a fantastic job. Solo developer, as far as I'm aware, as well. Anyway, so we can now start a new game, and then we can go to the Highlands, and I have no idea what the Highlands are all about. I've never done this one. The objective here is to grow your tribe to 15 people. You'll need to provide plenty of trees for food, and make sure the trees have nearby water. Whoa, this is gonna be harsh. Okay, let's see. Okay, well, there's a tree, and if we can get some water to it, that would be very nice. What kind of tree is this? I have no idea what kind of tree it is, but we'll see. When reeds evaporate water, they look green. They help regulate the water level. Aha, I see. Okay. Alright, so what we're doing right now is we're actually making a small little, shall we say, inlet? Canal? Whatever you want to call it, basically. And I'm trying to do this in a way that will make it possible for us to create a couple of trees in this area. I'm not sure if this is really going to work, so it is very much a trial process here. Not sure if it is going to work, actually, now that I think about it. But we could just try, we could just try our best, and we can just see what happens. Maybe we'll be somewhat lucky here. And if we are, then great. And if we're not, then, well, that's just how it goes. But I think we might be okay here. Okay, so what we're going to do is, let's see, where is a good place? Yeah. Okay. So I think here is good for a shelter. Oh, wait, maybe not. Oh, dear. How do I... Yeah, that's not really going to work. Ah, there we go. Oh, no, that's not really going to work. Okay, so shelter does not work there. All right. So we're going to do this instead then. There we go. There's a shelter. There we go. There's another one. Okay, so let's get... there we go. Wait. Grow mature fruit trees first. Okay. So, that's easy enough. Or should be. Okay, it's summer now, so let's grow this. And let's see. Where else can we do it? Round about here. It is summer. Not sure how long that's gonna last. Let's build a pear tree around about there. Is that actually gonna work? It might not. That is a bit of a problem, isn't it? Yes, that might be a bit of an issue. Well, I might be able to do something here. Or not, as the case may be. What about there? Is that gonna work? Maybe it will. Yeah, there we go. There's the tree. There it is. Yep, there's another tree. Fantastic. It might not be good to actually make it right down there, because water is going to very quickly build up quite fast. So... that's probably not the best idea, but all I wanted to tell you is that this game is fantastic, and if you are any bit interested in becoming literally quite literally a caretaker god of these people, then Plentiful is definitely what you want to check out. There is a link in the description, and there's a demo available. Add it to your Steam wishlist if you're interested, and otherwise, I thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.